watching Islam and Charles Oliveira, that was what a fight that was. Islam Makachev must have the most incredible squeeze. His squeeze must be out of this world, because you see how quick Charles tapped once he clamped that on him. I mean, whew.
He had all the points covered, and he just like, done.
That dude is on another level. I mean, he is the truth. I was always impressed with him, but I mean, I was saying, leading up to him getting a shot at the world title, he's the boogeyman of that division. He was the guy that everybody was saying like is the most dominant of all the contenders. And then when he tapped Dober, that was a big one. When he tapped Dan Hooker, that was a big one too. It's like the way he's tapping these guys, who are these world-class fighters, he's just fucking running through them. But the fact that he got on Oliveira and mounted him and then submitted him with an arm triangle, head and arm choke like that.
Yeah, that's a statement.
Pooh! He submitted the guy with the most submissions in the history of the sport. And the way he did it was just, he was so fucking methodical and dominant. And Oliveira tested him. I mean, he got out of bad positions in the first round, got back up to his feet, hit him with some good shots, but Makachev, he's the fucking truth. You know, and interesting that he's going to fight Volkanovski next. That's kind of a crazy thing for Volkanovski to go right up to 55 from 45.
We have a new lightweight champion of the world, and that man is Islam Makachev. Islam Makachev was sensational tonight. Proved me wrong, proved a lot of people wrong. Of course, he came in as the favorite, but a lot of people thought Charles Oliveira would win. And I was one of those people, and the reason being is because I thought, I am not going to underestimate this guy anymore, because Charles Oliveira, what he did, the run he went on was spectacular. And every time I thought he was going to lose, but he would always get the finish in spectacular style. And of course, going up against Islam Makachev, it was a tough fight, but still I put my money on Charles, and Islam Makachev proved myself and anyone else that did absolutely wrong. Islam Makachev went out there tonight and dominated that fight from start to finish. And I'll just say this right now, that this is in no way any disrespect to Charles Oliveira, because I love the guy and the journey he's been on. And to come back after all those losses and become the champion and do it in such an exciting fashion. You know, if you watch me on here, I'm a huge fan. But even if they fought again another 5 times, I don't think we would see anything different. Charles was there to fight. He showed up, he did everything he could, but he couldn't take him down. He couldn't stop the takedowns, he couldn't submit him, and he couldn't finish him on the feet. So I don't know if you saw that fight again, what could Charles Oliveira do different? That's because the rightful champion right now is Islam Makachev. Charles had a great run, but I don't believe he's going to get the belt back. I know he asked Hunter and Campbell for another crack at the whip. I know he said, I want another shot, but I don't think he's going to get it, you know? And of course, we already know Islam's next opponent, Alexander Volkanovski. Now, coming into this one, I said that Charles could get this job done. If he could beat Islam, he would become the GOAT, the greatest lightweight of all time. Of course, he didn't get the job done. He got submitted in round 2. So of course the GOAT title still belongs to Khabib, to the Eagle. But I'm telling you, Islam is going to be hot on his heels. Now for Charles Oliveira, the problem is because he tapped. He tapped in round 2 to a submission, a head and arm choke, and he tapped very quickly. I remember we were watching it, I was watching it with Callum, my son, and he said, well, why did he tap so quick? Well, the answer is because he was kind of in half guard and he had the head and arm position and he has a tremendous squeeze, and you could see from Oliveira, even though he wasn't in a position to finish that submission, he was still already applying a lot of pressure. And when he got the legs free, when he kicked free from guard and got to side control and fully put on the full potential of the choke, he tapped very, very quickly. That was because already being choked significantly, and then all of a sudden, whoop, the pressure went through the roof, and he thought, if I don't tap, I'm going to go to sleep and I'm going to be embarrassed in front of the entire world. So who does he fight next? I don't know. A rematch with Poirier? No, he's going to match up a rematch with Gaethje. I don't know. The lightweight division is absolutely stacked, but he's going to have to earn that. He's going to have to get another win or 2, at least, in my opinion, before we see him fight Islam Makachev again. If Islam Makachev gets past Alexander Volkanovski, I just don't see who there is. I don't see who there is that can beat him. I really don't.